The next topic we're going to discuss on Boxing Bros is Jarrell Big Baby Miller good for boxing? You saw how he stole that press conference. Had us all feeling bad for Daniel Dubois up in that piece. We forgot he was fighting Daniel Dubois. You would have thought he was about to take on AJ the way it was looking. So here's what he had to say at the end of the press conference. And this video appears courtesy of Fight Hype. Subscribe to Fight Hype.
Man, listen, man. I know I talk shit, but it's all facts, man. AJ don't want no problem with Deontay. So listen, I take Deontay's light work right now. You know what I mean? So
I just asked Malik, given that you had all the people in the room, the press conference was pretty staged. You said a lot of choice things about Deontay, but you're sitting right adjacent to him. How are you all able to keep your composure?
I feel like, it's a time and place for everything. I mean, from the first time Deontay walked in the room at the other photo shoot, he didn't really make eye contact with me. So he was being very professional. And I kind of seen that, and I was like, you know what? Let me give him the same courtesy as right now. We both have different assignments tonight, and we're both Americans, so I got to give him that respect. He gave me that respect, and then on another day we can continue our domestic dispute. But today, right now, he got Joseph Parker, I got Dubois to worry about, and we both can't stand Anthony Lion ass Joshua.
December 23rd, if you get past Daniel Dubois, who's
Now,
your preference?
if don't ever do an interview with me. My if when I get past Daniel
Alright,
Dubois,
when you get past
okay,
Daniel
when I get past
Dubois,
that bum, yes.
What's your preference, AJ or
Manuel Char is what I want because he has the belt. It puts you in a mandatory position. It might not be the biggest money fight, but it puts you in a better opportunity in position wise. So that would be my idealistically the next fight. If not, I want AJ, 110%.
What was AJ saying to you during the face-off?
He was trying to be tough, and I'm gonna do it. I didn't even hear that dude, man. He's a bloody liar and a hypocrite. He never approached me, never said nothing smart. So he's trying to be a tough guy right now, but he know if he ever walked up on me, I knock his lights out. No fight over the fight.
Definitely spice up the press conference.
I had to, man. Some of y'all bricks are boring, but I love y'all, but y'all boring.
You guys crazy, yo. That's what's up, man.
All right, G man, what's your reaction to Big Baby Miller? Is he good or bad for boxing? Because you brought up Tony Bellew's like he's a cheat, shouldn't be in the sport. You saw the press conference, the energy he brought. Like, what's your opinion? You think he's good for boxing?
Yeah, I. It's yes and no. So he's good for boxing because he's entertaining, but if he's still, taking all of them drugs that he was doing in the past, obviously that's bad for boxing. But I will say this, and I say this all the time on this show. I think all of these guys are drug cheats. It's just some guys get caught, some don't, And so Big Baby was one of those guys that was let me take this back. What Big Baby did was like excessive, and it wasn't excusable. Like it was just too much. Like to me, what he was doing could have potentially like destroyed AJ. So well, Miller's situation is a lot different from what other guys are doing. Usually, guys they'll take one or two performance enhancement drugs. Some may take it to cut weight. Some may to build endurance, but they're not doing cutting weight, building endurance, building muscle. I'm taking something else for speed. Like I'm taking this to dim my nerves. Like doing all of this. That's like when it's like it's beyond cheating now. So obviously, when he did that, when he was Big Farmer Miller, that was obviously horrible for the sport. But if he's truly sincere and remorseful about his past and those mistakes, and the boxing federations have given him a second chance, I think he's good for the sport. You've seen he's in a conference, like press conference, with a bunch of champions, and this dude, I don't think he's ever had a belt, around his waist.
Not a real one.
Not a real one. Yeah, he had one of them fake ones, make believe ones, but he's never been a legitimate champion. And yeah, he held down the conference. So it's like, imagine if Big Baby Miller had opportunities against like legitimate top tier fighters. Come on, he'll be excellent for the sport because he talks so much trash, and because of his past against all the drugs that he tried to take against AJ, he'll always have that lurking, you know what I mean? Like, so he's always going to be viewed as the bad guy. But Big Baby Miller, I think he's the type of guy that'll embrace it. He's not going to run from that moniker. He's just going to take it like, yeah, like they call me the bad guy. I am the bad guy. What's up? I think that's good for the sport, and if let's just say he gets knocked out, that's even better for the sport. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. So, like, and again, like Tony Bellew, and I love Tony Bellew as a commentator for real. But I was just like, man, like Tony, bro, like, I hear what you're saying, but you know what I mean? You gotta be honest, man. He's entertaining, like even the Tony Bellew's co-host were like, yeah, the dude was pretty entertaining, but Tony wasn't budging at all. He's like, yo, don't forget he was a cheat. He's a cheater. Ah. And I was like, all right, fam. You know what I mean? So I still think he's good for the sport because he has the gift of gab that a lot of guys are lacking in this era of boxing.
All right, TBE.
I think he's great for boxing. He reminds me of Shannon the Cannon. He can like talk.
Are you saying Shannon Cannon's a drug cheat?
No,
Brooklyn, Brooklyn, give it up. You know,
the whole thing, baby. Remember Shannon when he was talking about testing positive for PEDs? Small thing, baby.
Shannon's a goat when it comes to trash talk, and he know how to troll. I see Big Baby know how to troll, but I don't think if he gets knocked out, this fight is unforgivable. You can't talk, you can't run your mouth like this and think the world's gonna respect it after that. You on the stage, you in front of everybody. You have to come and deliver, Big Baby, because you've been on a hiatus or you've been out the sport. Yeah, you fought some guys here and there, but they not this level of caliber. We need a knockout from you. We need you to deliver on what you talk. Because when you were supposed to fight AJ, you was pumping. I'm gonna say it right here, Jarrell Miller, the pill killer, because he's taking everything. But you gotta give us a knockout against Dubois for us to entertain you even further. But after this, once you knock him out, once you deliver what you say on, and you knock him out, anything it's excitement after this. Like what this guy could do next. He's in the ring with a bunch of killers. He don't care. He's a loose cannon. Boom. That's what we want from you. We want you to go off the leash, a wild dog in the ring. That's it. Like do what you gotta do. But we know you're not going. You can't. I don't know if you can last with the contenders because these guys. They take the sport seriously. And you call everybody a drug cheat. Everybody's a drug cheat in your eyes. But Jarrell Miller, known drug cheat. And, we could get past that. But you got to deliver on what you say you're going to do. Because at this point, you're still overweight. Yeah, I'm a big dude. But Jarrell Miller, you still overweight. And I just don't feel you got the stamina to go 12. Or you're going to get tired. You're going to get sloppy. You don't respect the sport enough to deliver what you need to do. And you had to take all these drugs for AJ. And but he's still good for the sport. I like Jarrell Miller.
I feel like you have a habit of telling a whole bunch of people they don't take the sport seriously. And
he don't.
I just don't understand what takes the sport seriously in your mind looks like.
It's training. Like you be in the gym. You
don't think Jarrell Miller trains?
Respect your opponent.
You don't think Jarrell Miller trains?
I don't think Jarrell Miller knows what he's up against. I know Darryl Dubois, he got knocked out by Joe Joyce, but it's not. It's like Jarrell Miller. He does like you got the biggest fight in your hands and you fumble it because you want pop. You want to take all these steroids. And then you come back and then you get busted again. Then every opportunity you have, I don't know how he got this opportunity, but I'm glad he got this opportunity because. It's his time to shine. But I'm saying if he gets knocked out in the 5th round, I'm calling 5th round knockout. I'm saying it right now. 5th round knockout because he doesn't have the stamina, the durability, and the endurance to go up against Daniel Dubois because he's not taking this game. He thinks he can just walk in here and just bully people. But if you knock him out, I give you all praises to Jarrell Miller. That's all.
I think it's ironic. You're questioning his stamina when he's fighting someone who's known to have stamina issues. Even if
Yeah.
you look at Daniel Dubois, right? He got knocked out by a jab
Yeah.
from Usyk. You think it was because the jab was so powerful? No, stamina beat him.
Yeah.
He just wasn't in shape. Now, if you understand the body, the more muscle you have, the more oxygen your body uses during physical activity, right? So although you look at Big Baby Miller and Big Baby Miller is a big guy, right? He still can have better stamina than Daniel Dubois because Daniel Dubois' muscle mass requires his body to utilize so much oxygen. That's why muscle heads get tired faster
Got it.
because they're carrying so much muscle, which requires a lot of blood flow and oxygen. So it's also look at Andy Ruiz is another guy. Although he's big, he can still go 12. There's the one benefit you have when you're being big is you have stored fat. Like all fat is just stored energy. And like when you eat too many calories, your body stores it for later. So when they're fighting, the bigger fighters like Tyson Fury and even Andy Ruiz, it could become a benefit for them sometimes if they're in shape. When once again you have to be in shape. You can't be like obese. I'm not saying that it's good to be big, but what I'm saying is if you look at a guy like Jarrell Big Baby Miller, just because he's big, that doesn't mean he's out of shape. And if he's in shape, plus the fact he's that big, at some point it can become an advantage for him. Like, look at Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury 3. Wilder was so tired by the 11th round, by the 11th round, and Fury still had energy. So, anyways, I think he's good for the sport. I think Gerald Big Baby Miller, yes, he's a drug cheat. But look at the history. Dillian White popped positive. Landed on Jack 3D, served his suspension. People still let him fight. Dillian just popped again, right? Tyson Fury popped positive. Said wild boar meat, served his suspension. Now he's on top of the world. People let him live. Conor Ben just popped positive. They gave him an excuse for the eggs, and somehow he's still being allowed to fight, right? So what I'm saying is, yes, Gerald Big Baby Miller popped. And I get people have that view where they feel like if you pop, you should be banned from boxing. But that's not the stand. That's not what we currently are right now. People have popped and been allowed to come back. So he's popped, he popped again, and he popped again, and he's still been allowed to come back. So hey, what do you want? But is he good for boxing? Yes, he's good for boxing. You know why? I care a hell of a lot more about that Daniel Dubois fight now than I did prior to this press conference.
Exactly.
AJ cares a hell of a lot more about that Daniel Dubois fight now than he did before this press conference. And the same goes for Wilder. He puts the eyes on the sport. I feel like it's the Broner effect, right? Where people want to see Broner get beat up and they watch. Gerald Big Baby Miller has that. How many people are going to tune in to see Daniel Dubois fight Gerald Big Baby Miller and hope that he beats Gerald Big Baby Miller? I, for one, don't care who wins that fight, and I would be okay with my man Big Baby Miller getting the dub. And contrary to what you say, Ned, I believe that the longer that fight goes on, the longer it favors Big Baby Miller. Because Daniel Dubois has quit in 2 fights, Joe Joyce and Alexander Usyk, and it's shown that he actually has stamina problems and not Gerald Big Baby Miller. So I actually think Daniel Dubois is going to be tested, and if he quits, if he folds, Gerald Big Baby Miller is going to have a huge victory on his hands on a card that I think is going to be successful. So I think he's good for boxing. G stated it. I think if Gerald Big Baby Miller was somehow able to pull off this upset and beat Daniel Dubois, The world's gonna want to see Anthony Joshua knock him out. The world's gonna want to see Wilder knock him out. And remember when we were doing our topic on who could AJ bring in on short notice to revive the fight after Dillian White, I said Big Baby Miller for this very reason. So to wrap this up and to just summarize, he's good for boxing because people care about the outcome of his fight. People want to see him fight, and he brings the entertainment during the press conference. So I'm actually happy to see Big Baby Miller get his opportunity, and hopefully he doesn't fumble this one, because if he does, I don't know if he'll get another chance. But so far, so good. I vote Big Baby Miller is good for boxing. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Remember, you can listen to our podcast on all major streaming services. Hit the like button. Hit the dislike button. Let us know what you think in the comment section. We are the Boxing Bros.